Hello, everyone, and welcome to. Well, it's on screen right now. We're doing Fallout 2. Finally, I suppose. Forgive me while I speak over Louis Armstrong for a while, because I would like to possibly not get copyright claimed, but who can really say for sure what happens? Thankfully, I don't care about money. So, anyway, it's time. We're gonna play Fallout 2 now, and we're gonna go through this intro because I adore this intro sequence. I think it is so fun and cute until it's not. We'll get to that though. Before we get started with everything, I want to talk about what's going to be different about the series. We're going to be running the Fallout 2 restoration patch. If you're familiar with Fallout 2 at all, I apologize if that's not kosher, because I know that, for the purest experience, you shouldn't use it. But I think, personally, anything that adds more of game to Fallout 2, and it's like, canon, sort of, I'm fine with it. So we're going to be running the restoration patch. That's going to add some content, some characters, some areas that are not normally in the game, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I think there's only like 1 or 2 areas included in it that are a very big deal, but we'll get there when we get there. Oh, look, there's the Gek. That's the plot point. What else do we have to talk about? Oh yeah, like Fallout 1, I genuinely just really enjoy this game, and I'm really excited to play it. I think that Fallout 2 does some things better than Fallout 1, and some things very much worse. I think tonally the game is completely different, which some people love and some people hate. But ultimately, if you enjoy the gameplay of Fallout 1, you'll enjoy Fallout 2, because it's more of that, and it gives you a little more freedom. There's no time limit. The game's longer. God, the game's a lot longer. I shiver to think of how long this playthrough is going to be. Because this isn't going to be like Fallout 1 where we can wipe out, one location per video and then move on to the next place. We're going to have to loop back. So we're going to do multi-parters. It's going to be a lot. So I hope you buckle in for this very, very long series that we're about to embark on. And oh, look, who are these guys? They seem friendly. Are they here to help us? I should wave at them. Okay, okay. Hell of an intro, man. Hell of an intro. I think we have more, actually.
War.
Yeah, there it is.
War never changes.
I'll leave you to
The
listen to
end of the
Ron
world
Perlman,
occurred pretty much as we
and
predicted.
I'll loop back to when we're ready to make our
Too many
character.
humans, not enough space or resources to go around. The details are trivial and pointless. The reasons, as always, purely human ones. The Earth was nearly wiped clean of life. A great cleansing. An atomic spark struck by human hands quickly raged out of control. Spears of nuclear fire rained from the skies. Continents were swallowed in flames and fell beneath the boiling oceans. Humanity was almost extinguished, their spirits becoming part of the background radiation that blanketed the Earth. A quiet darkness fell across the planet, lasting many years. Few survived the devastation. Some had been fortunate enough to reach safety, taking shelter in great underground vaults. When the great darkness passed, these vaults opened, and their inhabitants emerged to begin their lives again. One of the northern tribes claims they are descended from one such vault. They hold that their founder and ancestor, one known as the Vault Dweller, once saved the world from a great evil. According to their legend, this evil arose in the far south. It corrupted all it touched, twisting men inside, turning them into beasts. Only through the bravery of this Vault Dweller was the evil destroyed. But in so doing, he lost many of his friends and suffered greatly, sacrificing much of himself to save the world. When at last he returned to the home he had fought so hard to protect, he was cast out, exiled. In confronting that which they feared, he had become something else in their eyes, and no longer their champion. Forsaken by his people, he strode into the wasteland. He traveled far to the north, until he came to the Great Canyons. There he founded a small village, Arroyo, where he lived out the rest of his years. And so, for a generation since its founding, Arroyo has lived in peace, its canyons sheltering it from the outside world. It is home. Your home. But the scars left by the war have not yet healed. and the Earth has not forgotten.
Chills. Yeah, there's a lot of focus on spirituality and, like, how would you even call it? Tribalistic thinking, ancient religions in Fallout 2, and I feel like that intro gives us a lot of preparation for that. I think it's fun. But yeah, let's go ahead and just like make a new game, I guess. We're just gonna play the game. We're gonna be playing on normal everything. I could turn it up to hard difficulty, but I'm gonna be so for real with you. This game is hard as hell, mostly because of random stuff, but we'll live. Here's our like pre-made starters. You got Narg, you got Mingen, that is a tragic name, and Chitza. They're pretty similar to the pre-made characters of Fallout 1, except Narg is built to be like a melee guy, and Mingen is your steely guy, and Chitza, of course, they made the female, the big charisma character. Let's go ahead and make our own character. We're gonna name you Gruk. I don't have to change the age because I'm fucking old now. Let's go ahead and change our style, because we're actually allowed to change how we look. I'm gonna have long hair because that's what I look like for real. Now Fallout 2, I think, is probably the most balanced game when it comes to character creation because every stat really does give you something. This is the one game where charisma really, really matters. Maybe Fallout 4, but you know, you can just put points to charisma in Fallout 4, so that doesn't count. But this game, charisma matters because for every 2 points of charisma that we have, that means we get 1 companion. If you have 1 charisma, you don't get a companion. So we kind of want to have good charisma. I think 5 charisma is perfectly fine. But see, we are actually going to have to look at everything else and be like, where am I going to put my points? Obviously, we're doing agility. Agility is just so good. If you watch the Fallout 1 playthrough, you know that agility is incredibly, incredibly important. Intelligence is also very good. As in Fallout 1, I am a luck enjoyer. So I'm going to see if there's a way I can make more luck work. But man, it is hard to build in Fallout 1 because you really want everything. I think we might go down a point in strength. That'll be bad for our carry weight and it'll make the early game a little rough because our melee skill is going to be less good. But I kind of think I want a little more in luck. Before we move over to skills, let's take a look at our traits. If you watch the Fallout 1 playthrough, you'll actually recognize all of these are pretty much exactly the same as they were because we were playing with Fallout 1 and 2, which pretty much just ports Fallout 1 into Fallout 2, duh. That lets us decide our traits a bit better. Gifted is great for special points. Special points are very, very important in Fallout 2. So this one, it makes you think. It does indeed make you think. This is, in some ways, good, in some ways difficult. Like, skilled and gifted really make you think about when is this better for me? I don't think skilled is ever good, actually. I think a perk every 4 levels sucks. But gifted, if I was a mathematician, I'd be doing some calculations, being like, when does this even out? When does the downside of gifted actually stop mattering? And that's why I'm gonna stay away from it, I think. Good-natured. I don't think good-natured is very good in Fallout 2 and also 1. Because all of these skills minus barter, you know, your first aid and doctor, you can increase those with skill books. And if you're a real human being, you're going to be tagging speech, so you don't really need a boost to your speech early on. What else have we got? Bloody Mess is funny, and it doesn't impact the end of this game. So I think Bloody Mess is a good take if you enjoy having fun. Again, like going over how we did in Fallout 1. One-hander is good if you're going to be using a pistol build. Finesse is good if you're going to be going for a crit build. Fast shot is good if you don't want to have fun and do targeted shots. I want to have fun. I'm a fun enjoyer, so we're going to stick without fast shot. Should we do small frame? I don't know. Should we do small frame? No, I don't think we should. I think that doesn't really work out mathematically. Especially because this game, until we get the car. Oh, by the way, there's a car in this game if you don't know. Until you get the car, you're going to be carrying a lot of shit. We will have companions, though, so I don't know. Am I not going to go... Thinking if I'm not going to go for any traits. You know what? No, I'm going to do finesse. I always do finesse when I play this game because I think finesse is just fun. I think critical hits are fun. Now, let's see. Are our special stats fine? There are opportunities to increase all of your special stats in this game. So we can keep that in mind. Like, we can increase our luck by... I think we can increase it by 2. Later on, and the other stats we can increase by 1, or you know, we can increase our strength a bunch with power armor like in the first game. So just because these are our stats now doesn't mean this is what they're going to be forever, which is nice. We can take sex appeal. That's funny. I don't really think sex appeal matters that much ultimately. I think This line right here about those of the same sex tend to become quite jealous. I don't really think that ends up mattering a lot, but I'm sure we'll become a professional at it anyway. We'll get there. For our tag skills, if you are a Fallout 1 player or a Fallout 2 player, you'll know that early on we're going to be stuck punching and stabbing things for a while because you don't get a gun. You don't get a gun at the beginning of the game, and I don't love that. So you can tag either of these skills to make your early game significantly easier. I hate myself though, so I'm not going to do that. We're going to tag speech because it's Fallout. It's classic Fallout. Actually, it's just Fallout period. You always tag your speech. Speech is just really good. So we're going to tag speech. We're going to tag small guns because small guns are extremely versatile in this game. It covers so many weapons that we're going to want to try using. It's going to be great. And then for our last option, I mean, are we just going to do the Fallout 1 special? I think we're just going to do the Fallout special. Small guns, lockpick, speech. Like our Fallout 1 playthrough, I'm going to try to play this game exactly as I always would, which is actually almost identical how with my build is. I tend to run a lower charisma when I play this game otherwise, but I'm going to run with 5 because I think that with what we're offered in the game, this will let us have the most fun. We'll get to have a lot of companions. We'll get to experience the fun, almost squad-based combat that you get to have in this game. I think it's great. I love the companions in Fallout 2, and I hope you will as well. So let's get started. If you've never seen or experienced Fallout 2 before, buckle up. We are in for a lot. Take it away, the Elder.
Come in, Chosen One. There are things you must know. The village is dying. The signs are everywhere. Withering crops. Dying Brahmin. Sick children.
They're so ugly, dude. They're so ugly.
There is hope, however. A slim hope.
I really like her tribal tattoos, by the way. Like the early 2000s tribal tattoo style.
Item called the Garden of Eden Creation Kit. It is said it can bring life to the wasteland.
God, it's the MacGuffin. It's the thing that saves the world.
This will be your quest, if you prove yourself worthy. For that proof, you must first journey to the Temple of Trials. If you survive, come back to me. We will talk more. Our life is in your hands, Chosen One. Prove yourself. Find the Gek. Be our salvation.
Oh boy. I will say, that intro is kind of just... Okay, no, hold on. You know how Fallout 1 is a time limit? I feel like this game affords a time limit much more with that intro that they just gave you. But I'm not going to talk about time limits because I know that's a touchy subject in Fallout. Anyway, this is the Temple of Trials. This is the worst part of the game, and we have to do it. Now, let's see. I think our unarmed right now is better than our melee weapons. So we are going to just punch our way through here, even though we do have a spear that we start out with. And, yeah, here we go. You're in a dark, musty temple. The shadows seem to play tricks with your eyes, and you can hear the faint sound of movement. The faint sound of movement is bugs. We're gonna have to fight bugs for like 10 minutes. This is the game. This is the introduction to Fallout 2. This game is excellent, by the way. I do think Fallout 2 is a very, very good game. But man, what a tragic introduction. This tutorial was not supposed to be in the game originally. I made a short talking about that. Like, the marketing team at Black Isle basically were like, hey man, you gotta put a tutorial in. You gotta introduce people to the game properly. And they were like, ugh, but we weren't planning for it. So they just kind of threw this together pretty quickly. Given the assets in this game, or in the temple, I mean, it kind of just looks like this is supposed to be from another game they were working on, and they just kind of put it in here because it was close enough. I subscribe to that conspiracy theory, that this is from, like, Planescape or something. So, you know, that's great. But, unfortunately, the best thing we can do is fight all of the ants. The best thing to do is to fight all of the ants because they give you XP. And we are going to need XP in this game. This game is very long. It's very difficult. There's a lot that we can eventually do to get XP, but early on, a big problem we're going to run into is that we're going to be like not quite able to accomplish what we want to. We're going to be too weak in combat. We're going to be, you know, just not able to pass skill checks and all that. So we need every bit of XP that we can get. We got to do all the quests. We got to kill all the enemies, do whatever we can. So that's why we're going to kill a bunch of ants. And also scorpions. In here are teensy tiny little rad scorpions. They are bastards. I need him to aggro to me. It's usually better for these bugs to aggro to you because they don't have enough action points to run up to you and attack you. And hey, remember Fallout 1? What we were doing with the rats and stuff early on? Yeah. The best way to play this safe is to take a swing and run away. It is exhilarating gameplay because we don't want to die in the first room. And like I said, our starting melee stats are like poor. And also, we're in the dark right now. Oh my god, please. You know, we're taking a hit because I got greedy because I wanted the fight to end. That's a problem that you're going to run into. You're going to get greedy because every attack you're going to do is a 50% chance of hitting. Because, like I said, it's dark and our skills are low. But man, you need that XP no matter what. Oh, yeah, we missed. Oh, sorry, it gets a turn. That's my bad. Yeah, it's just that we just don't quite hit. So our hit odds right now are just above 50. So every single attack is a coin flip, whether we hit or we don't. And it's so lame. But there we go. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna spend like 10 minutes doing this, and I'll try to cut through some of the combat so you don't have to deal with all of it. Because this really is the intro. Aside from like 2 miniature puzzles, you're punching bugs. That's, if that is the first impression the marketing team wanted Fallout 2 to give to people, then they accomplished it. I definitely did think this was a bug punching simulator for a while. They could have at least put some lights in here, man. Make it a bit more illuminated so I could punch the bugs properly. But no, the marketing team. Anyway, I'm gonna clear out the rad scorpions in here for some quick XP, yeah? Alright, with those rad scorpions down, let's see. Do we have anything on these bones right here? A spear, wow. We already have a spear, by the way. No matter how or what you do when you start out in Fallout 2, you have a spear, so that's kind of useless. Thanks, game. Now let's move on to the next. Oh, sorry, this door is locked, so we got to use our lockpick skill. We open the door, we get some XP, and we get to move on to area 2. Yeah. This is a trap room. This is your tutorial to traps, since Fallout 1 doesn't really do that. But nothing really happens. And my trap skill sucks. What is my traps? 24? Yeah. And even if they do shoot you at the traps, the odds that they hit you are pretty low, so great tutorial, I guess. Let's go punch another scorpion. Since he started the fight, we should have better sequence. So we should be able to pause our turn, yeah, and take another one. Lovely. Scorpion down. Does the other one notice us? Sorry, the camera's moving around. This game is very sensitive. If you get too close to the bottom of the screen, it'll pan down. And, you know, the same for going up. So I'm going to try to keep it pretty level to not make you, like, motion sick. Even though I know you have me on your second monitor, and you're just kind of, like, glancing over and listening to me talk. I don't take offense to that, by the way. I'm so glad to be on your second monitor right now. Or on your phone while you're trying to fall asleep. By the way, go to bed. You have, like, stuff to do tomorrow. Am I getting too meta? Apologies for that. Let's keep grabbing on these scorpion tails, because these are good for, like, a few bucks. How's our capacity? These are heavy, by the way. These are 5 pounds each, so these are going to fill up our pretty low inventory space quickly. All of these quests, or sorry, oh my god. All of these chests have some healing powder in them, so we're going to want to take that, since healing is also going to be a commodity early on. Let's let the ant run to us. It actually set off a trap. But that didn't work out. The nice thing about these ants is these ants do have like 6 HP, which means that we can theoretically one-shot them. We'll see in just a second what our unarmed damage is with these kicks. Yeah, 6 to 8. So as long as we don't do a low roll and hit for 5, then these ants are dead in one shot. So let's open up this pot right here. A bomba. This is your bomb tutorial. Since this is a tutorial that I think Fallout 1 also just never really gives you. It never teaches you how bombs work. Which makes you think, because there are a few times in the game where it's actually very useful to have a bomb. We'll be seeing a lot more bomb usage in Fallout 2, though. So, like we did a few times in Fallout 1, if you watched, we're gonna take our bomb. We're going to use our hand to interact with it. And we'll set the timer for 30 seconds. Because our explosive skill is bad, so the odds that this goes off early are extremely high. So we're going to drop it, and we're going to run away. We're actually going to go fight this bug up here, but that's how you use explosives. The game doesn't really explicitly tell you that you need to use an explosive on it. It's just implied. But I think it's pretty neat. I will say that is appreciated. The fact that it teaches you how to use it and that you need to drop it and everything. Oh, accidentally ran too fast. Give this ant a few kicks. Very nice. And what's in this chest for us? Is it another healing powder or is it a spear? Anti-venom. Not bad. Odds that you're poisoned by right now are actually pretty high if you got hit by the scorpion. We're lucky that we didn't get poisoned so far. But let's see. It looks like there's one more room with some scorpions and another chest. So we might as well go get our XP. Because like I said, we are going to need that. At the moment, we are a little over halfway to leveling up. And after we finish the Temple of Trials, we will have enough XP to level up properly. Let's run up on this guy, give him a few kicks. I'm not sure how much HP these guys actually have. I've never looked into it, nor does it really matter. But it seems like they're healthier than the ants, because they do take 2 shots reliably. Alright, there we go. Take your tail, and let's do you as well. This does at least feel a bit more rewarding than the rat punching in Fallout 1 at the cave, because they give a little more XP, the scorpions at least, and there's also a little more loot around here. So it feels like you're not just wasting time. There's also not some, there are so many rats in that cave in Fallout 1, man. It's a little unnecessary, especially given that you're going to spend the next hour or so fighting rats in Vault 15. So let's see. Oh, we got more ants. Very nice. 2 more ants. One-shot that one. Man, this, I'm going to be so for real with you. This Temple of Trials has not been that bad, all things considered. You can see, though, how this can get out of hand, especially if you get poisoned, because right now we're at 11 health. If you get critically hit once or you just get a little unlucky, then you're gonna die. like straight up, man. And I have 4 endurance, so it's not like I'm weak. You can be weaker. No, cool empty chest, man. That's great. Thanks for that. So let me drop a save real quick. So a quick tip about Fallout 2 is, remember what I said about saving often in different slots in Fallout 1? In Fallout 2, you're going to take that to like 1,000,000. So realistically, every time you're about to do something in Fallout 2, you should save like repeatedly in different slots. Do separate pages too. Just save all the time because, man, you're going to need it. There's so many times where you can accidentally screw something up and you'll need to go back and redo it. So it is worth, you know, just not risking anything. And also the combat is going to be something as well. So let's go ahead and talk to Cameron here, a fellow tribesman. What's going on, Cameron? Greetings, Grok. I have the honor of being your final challenge. To continue in your quest, you must defeat me in unarmed combat. Shall we begin? Now, we can go ahead and start punching him, but actually, let's try asking him some questions. What would you like to know? So there's a lot of things we can ask. We can say, why do we have to fight unarmed? So, what, we can use a spear, I guess, if we pass this check? Or ask about the conditions of the fight? Let's ask, why do we have to fight? The path of the Chosen One is not an easy trail to walk, Grok. You will be faced with many challenges throughout your lifetime, and the most difficult of these will be dealing with your fellow man. There will come a time when diplomacy and tact will prove to be useless, and your hand must be raised instead. This challenge prepares you to face another human, look him in the eyes, and know that you may have to kill him. I see. Let's say I disagree with you. I think that a peaceful solution to any problem is possible. This is because we can do this because we have the speech tag, by the way. You may be correct, Grok, but not in our current situation. You must defeat me to succeed in your trial. So we're only really given one option here. Look, I don't know all your strengths and weaknesses, and you don't know mine. Accidents do happen. So what if one of us inadvertently kills the other? Let's just end this now rather than take that chance, okay? I see your point. I wouldn't want to be responsible for killing you when all I meant to do was test your mettle. Very well. You may pass, Chosen One. Thanks. I'll see you back in the village. Yeah, I mean, we have 8 health, so we wouldn't really want to do that anyway. We can pop healing powder, but if you know anything about healing powder, it lowers your perception. So my chance of hitting him will be like 5%. Not actually, it'll be like 30%, but it's going to suck. So let's wrap up the Temple of Trials. Cool. That's a Magic the Gathering card, by the way. I like that card. I kind of want it. Anyway, we've got Cameron here. Hey, it's good to see you again, Chosen One. How may I help you? I can ask him to visit the temple again. I suppose I can ask him for another fight. I'm not going to do that, so just thought I'd say hi. I'll see you later. I guess if he's dead, he wouldn't be there, but thankfully we didn't kill him. Oh god, we're in combat. Okay, I'm going to try to keep my distance from these plants right here. We're going to have to fight these plants briefly, but I need to get a little bit stronger. We did level up, by the way. And I'm not terribly sure where I want to put those points yet. I suppose I'll do a little bit of speech, a little bit of lockpick, just to start moving on our tag skills. There's no reason right now to put anything in small guns. I know that sounds crazy, but like, we don't have a gun, and we're not going to have a gun for a minute. So I'm going to hold on to the rest of the skill points, and we'll allocate them as we need them. But let's hop into this building right here, because we need to talk to this fella. Before you stands Hakunin, the village shaman. He appraises you with his crazy eyes from somewhere in a world only he inhabits.
Greetings, Chosen. Why does the earth before me warm to the touch of your passing?
Okay, so Hakunin's interesting. We can basically degrade him and be miserable to him because he's like a shaman type character, and we are... Fallout 2 protagonist is by all means a Redditor if you choose him to. He's very snarky. He thinks he's very above everyone, which is weird because we're a tribal, but whatever. So we could say goodbye. We can judge his drug usage. Let's say I'm hurt. Can you heal me? Because we are kind of hurt. We need some heals.
Chosen, once again, the wholeness of your being is like a land blessed.
Yeah, we're at full health. You mean I'm better, right?
Please reveal to clouded eyes the purpose of your passage.
Of course. I've come to say goodbye. I'm leaving on my holy quest.
The earth sings with the news of a champion upon the land. Perhaps before you go, you would bestow a kindness?
Sure. What do you need, Hakunin?
The plants of dark soul have infested my garden again. Many seasons have touched my bones, and I am too frail for the fight which is eternal in nature. I ask that you be my champion.
This is a lot of like dialogue options. If you came to this game from playing Fallout 1, you're going to be overwhelmed by all the options. Most of them lead to the same place, thankfully. But we can say no. We can give him an excuse about a headache. We can be antagonistic for no reason. We're going to be nice. We're going to be like, we're going to say, I'd be honored, Holy One.
May the gods bless your efforts, Chosen. May your aura grace my presence when the earth breathes clean again.
Okay, and I can be annoying again. We're just gonna be nice, cause like in this game we have lived in the village all our lives. There is no reason for us to be like that, you know? Like I don't really understand why the game is like, hey, be an asshole. So we're just not gonna do that. Let's look around. There's a couple characters we'd actually like to meet real quick. Yes, here's Lucas. Well, first of all, let's go to this well right here. This well is our repair tutorial. So if we talk to Fergus here, I think is how it's pronounced. Wah, the well really needs fixing. So let's go ahead and use our meager repair skill and see if we can fix this. If you repair the well, 100 XP. That's free XP. There's literally no reason not to do that. It takes like 5 seconds. This guy here, Lucas, he might be able to teach us a little bit about fighting, can you? So there you are, Chosen One. How goes your quest? Pretty well? Maybe you need a warrior's help. Sure, what can you help me with? I know how to fight with fists and feet. Think you can learn that? Yeah, what can you teach me? You know, all I can teach you, Chosen One. Good luck to you in your quest. Okay, so this guy's here. If your unarmed skill is, I think the threshold is literally 55, so I think I'm just over the threshold. But if you are under a certain threshold, he'll boost that up so that you don't suffer too much. There are a few other people that we can talk to around here who actually serve a similar purpose, where they can teach you a little bit about fighting so that you can just not suffer as bad. The tough part, which is something that you'll catch on to over the course of this game, is that it is hard to find characters because everyone has the same 1 or 2 models in each area. This is a problem I ran into a lot in my original playthrough, and since it wasn't edited, I mean, you probably struggled if you watched that. Can I steal from your shelf? Am I allowed to do that? A Brock flower and Xander root, those sound familiar. Give me those. Alright, what's up, Jordan? Twirling his spear as usual, I see. Chosen One, the way you use a spear, you'll be meat for the geckos in no time. I can show you a few tricks. Sure. This will take a little while. Cool. You're a swift student. It looks like you've learned all I can teach you. Thanks, Jordan. That's going to help a lot. These are always worth doing because there's no time limit whatsoever in this game. There's no reason like to just not go a little crazy. Use your time to buff up your skills. And now our melee weapon is actually up to 56. So our unarmed and melee are exactly the same. I think at the moment, though, we're probably still better off using our kick attack because that's going to deal more like minimum damage. You'll see every weapon in classic Fallout has a damage range. So our spear can deal 3 to 11 damage, and our unarmed kick can do 6 to 8. So unarmed is a little more consistent, but spear has better potential. I always think consistency makes more sense than the risk of just wasting your turns doing 3 damage at a time. So we'll be smart about it. Let's make you save plants, and let's fight these plants. Why not? Oh, he hit us. He hit us for 2. So we should be okay. We do have to get right up to it though to really start kicking him. There we go. Hit him for 5. Hit him for 6. Not bad. How's he doing? Let's go ahead and use our binoculars and look at him. He's wounded. Okay. So he's not terribly hurt. Wow, we're actually hitting some shot. I shouldn't say anything because then I'll miss 10 attacks in a row. But we could be doing a lot worse right now. This is the first, like, non-bug combat where the enemies are going to be very tanky, I suppose. Assuming you didn't fight Cameron. But I think as long as you're not doing a bit, like playing a character, you'll never really end up fighting Cameron. So let's see. Are you almost dead yet, man? I've hit you like a gorbillion times. Almost dead? Nice. Once their title says almost dead, then they are, yeah, 1 hit from dying. Very nice. Let's run behind you, I guess. Even though it doesn't make a difference. And give you a few more kicks. I just ran away by accident. Oops. You know what? This is going to take a second. I'll see you once we kick this guy to death for real. Please. Oh, thank God. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, if we didn't go and heal with Hakunin, we would have died. We would have been killed by some plants like a nerd. But we get 100 XP for helping out Hakunin, and we get 170 XP. Let's go let Hakunin know that we cleared out his garden. What's going on, buddy?
You return the spirit of the dweller to the world and bring a smile to the soul of an old man in passing. For this, I give you powders of healing. Remember, they fog the mind as they cleanse the body.
Thank you.
Also, will I mix the Brock flower with the Xander root together whenever you bring both to me. May your pathways be true and your heart follow suit.
Oh, where can I find these things?
Look to the north, Chosen, and the way will be open.
Okay, thank you. So Hakunin can actually craft more healing powder for us, like in New Vegas. So if we talk to him, ask him to make some healing powder.
May this be of no use.
That kind of goes hard as hell, but yeah. So we got some more healing powder. We actually have 6 now. That's not bad, since we stole that Xander root and healing, or Xander root and Brock flower from the tent over there. Let's go over and talk to this fella. You see your young cousin, Nagor. I really wish you changed your name. But yeah, you don't see his dog Smoke anywhere. What's up, bud? Cousin, am I glad to see you? I need your help. What do you need help with? Smoke ran off into the hunting grounds and hasn't come back, and now Morless won't let me go find him. She says it's too dangerous, and he's just a dog. But I was going to do it anyway. But now you're here, and you could do it, and I wouldn't get in trouble. This guy sounds like a child. Sure, I'll find him right now. Cool. We're going to go save a dog is our next quest. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go punch and kick some more stuff. Actually, you know what we could do before that? Because we could heal. Actually, I'm going to save real quick just in case I fuck up because this is Fallout 2 and you never know what's going to happen. So let's heal.
You are well.
Very nice. All right, now let's head out to the hunting grounds to find the dog. You'll know why I chose to heal up in just a second. Here we are in the healing grounds. There's actually a lot of Xander root and Brock flower around here. Oh, and there are the enemies. There are geckos here. This is the game where geckos were first introduced, and I love them. They are such cute little goobers, but they are actually going to be quite tough this early on. Because since we're just fighting with our spears and our fists, they're pretty tough to deal with. Thankfully, it seems they're not terribly aggressive. Oh, I walked in green goo. This is another thing in Fallout 2. There's a lot of green goo in the game, and you and your other characters will just kind of stumble into it. But here's Smoke. We got to him pretty easily. Woof woof. All right, looks like Smoke is following us now. So let's try to get out of here. Looks like we have to walk back across the plank. Please don't step in the goo. Just place the little thingy there. Yep, there we go. Let's hope we can get out without getting in a fight with a gecko. He's getting really close to me, man. Oh, they seem passive. That's surprising. How about that? Now, you know, this place is called the Hunting Grounds. We can go ahead and start fighting these gecko if we so choose, because that'll be quite good for our XP situation. Like I said, in early game Fallout 2, we want a lot of XP. Can I pick up the Xander root? I can't really see it behind the tree. Yeah, I think the tree sprite is kind of covering this Xander root that I want. Ah, whatever. We'll go without it. I'll pick up this one right here. Yoink. That'll be nice for healing powder. And later on, like in Fallout New Vegas again, we can actually use those and turn them into stim packs. But we'll need a certain someone to do that. And everyone loves that character. So I'm sure you guys won't mind when I bring that beloved character that no one has any ill will against into my party because he's kind of useful. Yeah, can't get that one because it's behind the tile. That's kind of annoying. When stuff is behind like an object in the game, you can't like reach behind it and grab it. You have to like find the one pixel that's exposed, and if it's not exposed, then you don't get that item. So that's great. Go ahead and leave the hunting grounds and bring the puppy back to the guy whose name I prefer not to say. Hey cousin, I got your dog back. Are you happy now? Hello. You found Smoke. Thanks. Smoke, you're a bad dog. That's not very nice. I get some karma and I get some XP. How's that doing for us? How is our XP situation? We need a lot. Yeah, we need a lot to get to the next level. Up here is the Temple of Trials again. There's nothing really to do there. Got some cows over here. Regular domesticated Brahmin. What's going on, gang? Let's go say hi to the Brahmin. It's locked. Yeah, I guess I'd prefer not to unlock it and let all our dying cattle go free. So we talked to Lucas. We talked to Jordan about improving our skills. Let's go talk to the Elder. Where's she at? She's in here, right? She's got the carpet, so she's special. What is up, Elder of your village? Let's pop a save before I antagonize her and get us all killed.
Congratulations, Chosen One. You have survived the Temple of Trials. Are you ready for your quest?
I can complain about the Temple of Trials, which I want to do, but we're going to be nice because, again, we have the roleplay as someone who's lived in this village our entire life, and we're normal. So, of course.
Then take this flask. It is from the Holy Vault 13. Vic, a trader in Klamath, brought it to us. He may know where the vault is. You may also need some of what they call money. Here.
I can ask the quest again if I wasn't paying attention. Let's see. Is there more you can tell me about this? I want to know about Vic and this flask.
I cannot help much. So much has been lost from the long ago. What wisdom do you seek?
The long ago. This is very Mad Maxy. You'll notice there is a lot of Mad Maxy stuff in Fallout 2. Like, very strong Mad Max influence. Particularly Thunderdome, not just the Road Warrior. Let's ask about... Tell me about the Gek.
It is a holy artifact. The Garden of Eden creation kit. The discs promise it will make our lands green and our village prosperous. It will save us. More, I do not know.
All good. Tell me about Klamath.
Klamath is to the east.
Well, tell me about Vault 13.
13. I cannot help you. Only the Vault Dweller knew. His tales have the sound of a perilous journey.
So this is an important thing. Vault 13 is going to be our, like... Well, the Gek is our water ship, obviously. But Fallout 1 doesn't have, like, a location you need to make it to. Vault 13 is going to be our holy area that we need to find to complete our quest. Now, it's not necessarily said, but, you know, you got to find the Gek. You might as well go to Vault 13, which is where we came from. Because vaults have Geks. Pretty simple. Let's head out. Goodbye, Elder.
Find Vic in Klamath. We are counting on you.
She has excellent dialogue. If you have like 3 or less intelligence and you're a moron, she is very, very degrading. Yeah, no, she's an experience. Let's see, can we barter with you? I got a lot of scorpion tails. You have nothing. Okay. You know what? It was worth a shot. We'll find somewhere to sell the scorpion tails. What's in here? What's in this tent? Where's the music? I lost my music, by the way. Oh, there it is. Okay. Music in this game kind of disappears when you go into dialogue, and it may take a while to come back sometimes. Especially tracks like this, which are more ambient and quiet. Pop a save before we talk to this lady. This is our aunt, Morlis, one of our aunts. She never liked us. Why do you bother me, nephew? Can't you see I'm busy? Okay. What if I stealed from you? Can I steal from this pot? I want your things. Give me your money. Goodbye. Thanks, Auntie. The moral of Fallout 2 is that you can steal from your family. Please don't. No, I'm joking. Please don't do that. Here's a cool screen with a different aspect ratio. There's one character we can talk to in here. Let me search this shelf real quick before we go talk to him. Right down here is the bridge guard. Let's see if we can talk to him about anything. Hello, Chosen One. Off to find the Gek? Yes. Well, may the gods watch over you. Okay, well, that's not what I wanted to do. See, are you still here? You must go find the Gek. Staying here doesn't help us. Oh, you know what? I don't think I can ask him about it. I think anymore, if I have 6 perception, what you're able to do is ask him about his spear, because he's a sharpened spear. So if we had a little more perception, we could ask him about that. But unfortunately, there is no way to improve our stats right now. So we're just going to have a regular spear for now. Not that we're even using it. We're punching and kicking stuff. He did have some questions to ask, so let's see. Let's ask him. What can you tell me of the men who trade with our village? The traders, they come from Klamath about every 2 months. There won't be another here for a month or more, but Klamath's only a few days east of here. I see. What can you tell me about this object I have from the Sacred Vault? Looks like a metal water gourd. Maybe the vault sent it to us as an omen. Interesting. Can you tell me about who brought the item to our village? I don't remember his name. I just knew that he was old and loud. Too loud for proper manners, but he knew many things. He was from Klamath, east, like I said. Gotcha. Not a lot to work with. Basically, go to this place and everything else will continue. I love this canyon, by the way. This canyon is just such a cute piece of scenery. You got, that looks like a gecko, I think. You've got some people, all these cool cave drawings, basically. I think it's very neat. And we've got this sketchy-ass bridge, which is the only thing that keeps Arroyo safe, apparently. Even though there's geckos right there, but you know, don't think about it too hard. So let's quickly head over to Klamath. We're going to make a new save. Klamath. We got to make our way over there. Now begins the RNG. Because we have to travel and hope that random encounters don't murder us. So let's hope and pray that we can live. It isn't that far. This is about equidistant from, like, in Fallout 1 when you leave the vault and find Shady Sands. Uh-oh. Okay, this is restoration patch content, first of all. And this is a character that we're going to see throughout the series. So make sure we remember this guy's name. Let's see. A tall and powerfully built warrior stands before you. His eyes blaze with hatred as he looks you over. So, they cast out Kaga, then deem you the chosen one? Ha! You think being the grandchild of the Vault Dweller makes you special? You think you are better than I, Kaga the Great? Oh, I can egg him on. Let's try... Hey now, hold on a second. I never said I was better than you. No words can save your hide. With your death, Kaga's honor shall be restored. Kaga will now take his vengeance. Okay, guys. Guys, I'm gonna be so for real with you. We're gonna die. We're gonna die so hard. We can try though. Let's try for an aimed attack at Kaga's head. That went exactly how I expected. Let's run away. Yeah, we could barely kill plants, let alone humans. So we're kind of dead, especially since we just got crit. And yep, there we go.
The wasteland has claimed your life. Arroyo attempts to send out others to search for the Gek, but they die quickly. And the village soon follows.
Yeah, so Kaga is a random encounter that is added back into the game with the restoration patch, and every single time you meet him, you are just barely well equipped enough to fight him, if at all. We are not supposed to meet him as our first random encounter. That is just, there's no way. I think his first encounter is scripted to be around Klamath as like a special encounter, but by all means, that was not supposed to happen. And there we go. We just get to Klamath normally. Everything's fine. So let's head on in. And here we are. Our first town, Klamath. And it's pretty huge. This is a big first area with a lot to do. Some things we can do all at once. Some things we have to leave and come back for. There's a lot. And I guess let's do a couple things. Let's introduce ourselves because we haven't been going for too long. Let's read this notice board right here so we can learn a little bit about the area. Let's see, there are several things here. Some ads, job notices, and even a drawing. It looks as though some of these have been here for a while. Let's see. Here's something about rats. Too many damn rats in Trapper Town. Come and get them. All you can eat. Slim. I see. We'll meet him later. Looks like someone's gone missing. Missing person. Has anyone seen Smiley the Trapper? Smiley's about 6 feet tall, clean and housebroken, mostly. Disappeared up north, and I kinda miss him. From Arden Buckner. I like this notice board. All these characters are really in town and we get to meet them. What about these lizard hides? Top dollar for top pelts. You have gecko pelts? I have money. Golden gecko pelts especially welcome. See me first. From Sajag, the owner-operator of the Golden Gecko Tavern. How about this drawing? A crude drawing of what looks to be a Brahmin with a big X through it, and the word Tor scrawled underneath. Ha. We'll meet Tor, don't worry. Something about old stuff here. Genuine antiques. They don't make it like they used to. In fact, they mostly don't make it at all. If you want the good old stuff, see Vic the Trader, east side of downtown. Oh, hey! That's what we're looking for. So what's funny about this game is that by all means, once you get to Klamath, you can come right up to here to Vic's. Wow, there we go. We just heard about that literally 2 minutes ago. So let's see, is this door open or locked? It's open, so we can come right on in, and we're in Vic's. I'm gonna make a new save real quick, because we may need it. And let's see this dresser. We got anything in here? We do. We got tragic cards, Tragic the Gathering. We got some more water flasks. So that's interesting. Some beer, some whiskey. We're gonna take everything, because money's money, and we need it. Like I said, both XP and money, we're gonna be struggling early on, so we gotta do what we can. Now I have the foresight of this, but if you're playing the game for the first time, this door is trapped. So if you go ahead and touch this without using traps, you will certainly explode. But I found the trap. You get XP for finding the trap, and now we have to disarm it. Let's see, can we do that? I failed to disarm the trap. Let's try again. Fail again. It's gonna end up exploding is what's gonna happen. I fail again. I think the hotkey is 4, right? Yep. I failed again. My trap skill is bad. Oh, I skillfully disarmed the trap. Okay, so now it won't explode. And now we can go ahead and lockpick the door, right? Yep. Come on, game. Now, you will always want to save before you go on a lockpicking spree, because you can jam certain locks in the game, which will just cause a problem. There's alternate ways to get through doors besides lockpicking it, usually breaking it down. So, but there we go. We picked the lock, we're good to go in. Very nice. Now, in here, on this shelf, we're going to find a couple things. We got our first stim pack. We got our radio. Vic's radio. This handheld radio doesn't work, but it looks as though it's still in pretty good condition. Some of its parts could probably be salvaged for use in other radios. We're going to need this later, so we're going to bring this with us. And we get our first weapon, a gun, the pipe rifle. It sucks. I'm not even going to waste the ammo on the pipe rifle because it's so garbage. So that's how that is. And now that we have our first gun, technically, I might as well dump the rest of my points into small guns, because why not? I suppose a little bit of speech wouldn't hurt. And a little bit of barter as well, so we can do some more trading. Now, what else can we get started before we wrap things up? Let's come into this outhouse. Maybe there's something in here? No? So what we should do is come right down here to the Buckner house, because this is going to have a lot of the content that we engage in throughout Klamath. These guys point us in all the right directions. Let's talk to you. A plain-looking, sturdily built young woman with a scowl on her face. My name's Maida Buckner. I take care of trading and drinks here. I don't tolerate any tribals messing our family's place up. So you just better watch your step here, or you'll end up like Sulik. What do you want? Okay, this is another thing. In early Fallout 2, people are going to be very racist to you. So I hope you're okay with that. And what's even more fun is that you have a low intelligence, they'll be ableist to you. And racist. It's quite an experience. Eventually that wears off, though. Let's ask her some questions. Questions, huh? We'll get on it then. Talking to you doesn't get my work any closer to being finished. Do you know anything about a Garden of Eden creation kit? The only way I know to create a Garden of Eden is through plain old hard work. That's something you tribals just don't seem to understand. Oh my god. But I guess that's the difference between us civilized folk and yourselves. Again, crazy racism. I can antagonize her. Let's not be antagonistic. Because, like I said, the niceness always wins. Usually. Depending on what game you're playing. Not in like Call of Duty, but I want to be nice. So let's just brush off the racism. Let's ask her about Sulik. Sulik's a tribal that's working here to pay off a debt he foolishly incurred. He is not a slave. We don't have slaves here in Klamath. Foreshadowing. Slaves will be in this game. Paying off a debt? What do you mean? Well, you see, Sulik got real upset one night and had too much booze. Then when he was good and drunk, he busted up the place. He did nearly $500 worth of damage, just now getting their place repaired. I see. Why'd he get so upset? He said he found out that his sister had been kidnapped by slavers, but you'd have to ask him more about that. He's here until he can pay off the rest of the damage he did while he was drunk. How much does he have to work off? He still has to pay off $350. If he weren't so lazy and shiftless, it would go quicker for him. He's not leaving here until his debt is paid in full. That's a lot of money. I think he's going to be here for a long time. Well, he may be slow, but he does sort of grow on you after a while. Looks away wistfully, flustered. Now that's enough jaw flapping. Do you need anything else? Maida, do you want to say anything about what you and Sulik have been up to? Let's see, what if someone else paid Sulik's damages? I don't know why anyone would want to pay off his debt, but they could. His bill comes to $350, but you wouldn't want to do that. He'll only get into trouble again. I can call her a bigot, which is, I mean, again, it's totally fair. I'm just nice. I could say, I'm sure he's happy working for you folks, but I still want to pay his damages. That's probably what we're going to do. Let's see. I don't think anyone else should be trapped the way he is. Let's try. I know we don't have enough. Well, okay then. If you really want to pay for the damage he caused, I guess all of you tribals really stick together. Oh my god, dude, can you stop? I'm trying to be nice to you. Can you not do this? See, I do have enough to pay for the damages that he caused. I don't, I'm lying. Looks as though you don't have enough money for that. We'll get some more money. We can actually barter with her right now, and maybe we can get enough money. How much do you have? $183? Well, great news. We actually have some scorpion tails that we don't really need. That's a whopping $45. Our extra spear comes to $125. Okay. We sell you some beer. We can probably get a few more bucks. Get that whiskey out of our inventory. Yeah, that comes to $165. Let's type that in. You have to do this all manually. The restoration patch does not have that quality of life stuff that Fallout 1 and 2 had, where it automatically manages your money. So we will have to be manual this game, and I'm going to have to do math. And it's going to be tough. But it is what it is. So there we go. We got some money, and we got some of the crap out of our inventory. Now she does have leather armor. For $2,000. Okay, we won't be getting leather armor today. There's throwing knives, there's a crowbar, which is actually pretty useful. Let's go back to talk and ask some questions. So before we deal with Sulik's debt, let's actually ask about what's going on here in Klamath. Well, Tor's been complaining about bugmen scaring the Brahmin. Not sure if I really believe all his stories, but someone or something has been rustling cattle here in town. Oh, really? Any leads? Not really. I'm not even sure there's a connection between this and the Brahmin mutilations. There's Brahmin mutilations? Interesting. Any other news I should look into? A trapper named Smiley has gone missing. Mama sure is upset about that. I'm sure she would be grateful if someone found him. I see. We'll ask Mrs. Buckner about that in just a minute. Let's ask about anything else. I'll admit I haven't been paying too much attention to all the gossip around town. Head over to the Golden Gecko. I'm sure someone there might know a thing or two. The classic RPG trope of go to a bar and that'll teach you everything. So, sounds good. Let's ask her what other towns are nearby. There's only a couple of other towns nearby. There's Reading, far to the southeast, and the Den a few days south. But I wouldn't go to the Den. Why wouldn't you go to the Den? The Den is a bad place to go. They even enslave ignorant tribals like yourself. Okay, pardon. It's a week or so south of here, but most folks that have gone there don't come back. Isn't Sulik your slave, or do you just treat him like one? I want to say it's so bad, but I'm not going to. Tell me about the local tribes then. Well, I didn't count tribes when you asked about civilized towns, but I guess there's a group of savages somewhere to the northwest, and then Sulik's tribe far to the southwest. This right here, Sulik's tribe, this is actually cut content that was re-added with the restoration patch. So in the base game, there's a mention of Sulik's tribe, but you can never meet them. So thankfully, because of the restoration patch, we're going to let Sulik basically have a story. Antagonize. Let's go about the Sulik part. Let's pay off his debt. Yep, he got upset. This is the same dialogue from before. So let's see. I'm sure he'd be happy working for you folks, but I want to pay the damages. Yep. And I do indeed have enough, because I have $400, and he owes $350. There's no way to, speech check into paying less money, so we're just going to go ahead and pay for his damages. You must be crazy. I'll sure be glad to have that damn tribal away from here. I'm sure Sulik maybe enjoyed her presence, we'll call it that. Well, somehow, I think Sulik might actually miss being here. But we'll be back to visit sometime, I'm sure. Right now, though, I need something. Anyway, let's head out of here. And let's speak to our new pal, Sulik. He's never even spoken to us before, and we've just paid off his debt. So, hey buddy, a tall man with facial tattoos and a large bone through his nose. Now, if you haven't played this game before, you may be like, what do you mean a large bone through his nose? Well...
We and I thank you. Named Sulik. How can we repay?
Yeah, that's a hell of a bone through his nose. Who's we?
The spirits with me, friend. They be all around. Sometimes talk.
What spirits?
Spirits be everywhere. Travel with we and I. Grampy Bone do most the talking.
Who's Grampy Bone?
Him strong spirit. Much honor carrying him.
Yeah, okay, so Sulik is the epitome of, the tribal ideas that are introduced in this game, to a point where it's a little crazy and overdone. But Sulik is so friendly and nice and helpful throughout the entire game that, I kind of just want to have him around all the time. He's great. Sulik he's agreeable, he's helpful, he's strong, he's lovely. We love Sulik. So, wait, you mean that bone in your nose?
Keep him close. Easier to touch his spirit. That's why he talked the most.
Can I ask you something else, though?
We and I know many things. Travel from great saltwater to home of biting lizards.
I love the wording of the ocean is the great saltwater. It's so cool. Tell me about the great
The
saltwater.
tribe's home is next to great saltwater. 2 moons from here, friend.
This must have been so confusing to have in the game, by the way, because like I said, this area was cut, so to hear mention of this and never be able to go there must have been so frustrating. But anyway, 2 moons, that's a long ways. How did you travel so far safely?
Friend with all the spirits walking with me. Not afraid to travel anywhere.
I wonder if this is a Mama Murphy situation where it's all in his head or if it's real. But anyway, let's keep asking him stuff.
We and I be glad to answer.
Tell me about the biting lizards.
Geckos. The little dudes don't bite hard. It's the goldens. They go through your leg like an old pipe stem.
I see, so we'll look out for golden geckos then.
We and I be glad to answer.
Why do you travel so much, Sulik?
Trader named Vic supposed to be here. He be saying he know about slavers. We show up, didn't peep him. Get pretty hot.
So this guy's, I guess, basically us, if you think about it. But yeah, he's basically the version of us that is trying to find the same guy, except for completely different reasons. He's looking for the slavers. And we'll find out over time why that is.
We and I be glad to answer.
So let's ask him about some local information.
What can we and I do you for?
Oh my god, he has so much dialogue. Where can I find trade, a healer, or a room?
So many questions. Maida takes care of trade here, and her mother, Arden, takes care of the rooms. No shaman in town, but you may be able to trade for medicine.
I like that he's subscribed to the shaman point of view as well.
What can we and I do
How about a
for?
Gek?
Never heard of it. But Maida's been keeping us busy.
Who's Maida?
Maida used to run our life. We think she like us. She's not happy we're free.
Oh, sorry about that.
What can we and I do you for?
What about what's going on in town?
Oh, busy place. Bugmen snatching cattle. Spirits walking. Smiley missing.
Tell me about the Bugmen.
Tor be telling us about bugs that walk on 2 feet and steal Brahmin. Shook him up.
What about
You have more questions
walking
for
spirits?
The canyon east of Herd area supposed to have a walking, howling spirit, shaking the locals. Grampy Bone don't say a word though.
Howling spirit. Ghosts? Well, there are ghosts in this game, but we'll see what's up with that one.
You have more questions for
Smiley.
Smiley's a good hunter. Say he looking for the golden gecko's nest. Didn't come back.
Yeah, we'll have to save Smiley eventually. That one's a bit tougher though. That is the toughest part of Klamath.
You have more questions for what can we and I do you for?
All right, what are you doing here?
Getting down to find Sis. Think we go south, but not sure yet. You want company?
Oh, you're looking for your sister?
Sis went trading at another village and never come back. We and I go look for her.
What'd you find?
One survivor. Dude was in bad shape. Said evil warriors came with magic torches. Fire would lick tribe warriors and they'd go to the spirit.
And what about your sister?
The evil warriors tied up the rest and took off. Sis with them. Friend, we be finding her or dying trying.
Sounds like slavers to me, guy who has seen nothing about the world but apparently knows that it's slavers. Have you found out anything about them?
We and I know they're slavers at Den. When we're free, we're out of here.
Well, we're gonna have to go to the den as well, so you know what, Sulik?
We and I be glad to
How about you come with me? We might be able to find your sister in the course of my travels.
We're there. Grampy Bones say we might find Sis with you.
Yippee! I hope so. In any case, it'll be nice to travel with you and your grandfather's bone.
Not just Grampy Bone, all tribe spirits. Grampy Bone just wiser and stronger than the rest. Let's ease on down.
All right, Sulik. We made our first friend.
What you be needing?
Get ready to hear that voice line a lot. He says that a lot. If we go to his combat control, this guy's of course a melee character, so let's tell him to use his best stuff. He's got a leather jacket and a sledgehammer. I'm going to leave that with him for now, even though technically I could just steal his leather jacket and make a run for it. And let's leave him right here. So we got our first friend. I think that's a good place to wrap things up. And I think next time we will start taking on everything in Klamath, because now that we have a friend, we're actually extremely well off. Because it's not just our like crappy melee skill to win fights, it's going to be his very good melee skill. We're also pretty close to leveling up, so after a few quests, we'll be good for that. We're going to want to talk to people like Tor and Mrs. Buckner, and go explore the rest of the town. So we'll be taking that on in the next part in Fallout 2. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys will continue to stick with me as we play through this game that I love so much. And apologies in advance that this is going to take a while to finish. It's a long game. I warned you, so be ready. But yeah, appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.